Hi, I'm Irish Joy Villagonza.
I'm Jubilee Dizon Real.
And I'm Erica Amor, and we are the Group 3.
We are going to tackle about feelings and moral decision making.
Feeling is one of the major role in making decision. Nakaramdam tayo ng iba't ibang emotion kapag may nangyayari sa atin, either physical or mental. If nasaktan tayo, usually ang nararamdaman natin is sadness or anger. And pag may mabuting nangyari sa atin, nararamdaman natin is happiness. Ngunit dahil nga ang tao ay born with emotion, nagiging malaking factor sa paggawa ng desisyon ang emotion or feelings. Dahil minsan di nagiging irrational ang desisyon if magbe-base sa emotion. We should still consider using emotion as one of the focal points in making decision. Pero dapat irrational reasoning pa din ang magiging base ng mga desisyon natin.
Ito kasing feelings natin and yung intuition natin or what we call as moral emotions, they play a major role in most of the ethical decisions we make. We always remember that decisions people make vary when they are happy from when they are sad or emotional. It means yung decision daw na ginagawa natin is naapektuhan ng ating emotions. For example, kapag tayo ay galit or kapag tayo ay masaya, may mga nasasabi tayo and may mga nagagawa tayo na hindi naman natin inintend na gawin or sabihin, pero nagagawa natin because na-overcome tayo ng ating emotions. Words that come out of our mouth sometimes are also affected by the emotions that we feel, and so with our actions. Kagaya nga sa sinabi ko kanina, yung mga lumalabas sa ating bibig or yung mga nasasabi natin as well as yung mga action na nagagawa natin is naapektuhan ng ating emotions. For example, never reply when you are angry, never make a promise when you are happy, and never make a decision when you are sad. Why? Because your reply, your promise, and your decision is maapektuhan when you allow yourself na ma-overcome ng iyong emotions.
Moral decision making. Having the ability to decide which is the right course of action once we have spotted the ethical issues. A moral decision is a choice made based on a person's ethics, manners, character, and what they believe is proper behavior. These decisions tend to not only affect your well-being, but also the well-being of others. Moral decision making is having the ability to decide which is the right course of action once we have spotted the ethical issue. Ang ethics ay mga moral principles na gumagabay sa pag-uugali ng isang tao. Moral decision ay isang pagpili na ginawa batay sa etika, asal, ugali ng isang tao at kung anong pinapaniwalaan nilang wastong pag-uugali. Sometimes people face difficult ethical choices and it is hard to fault them too much for making a good faith choice that they think is right but turns out to be wrong. Kapag gumawa ka ng mga ethical na desisyon, ay sinasaalang-alang mo ang mga damdamin at pangangailangan ng iba.
For example, yung nasa picture, your daughter and her friend is nagpaalam sa'yo na mag-swim. But suddenly natangay sila ng malakas na alon or malaking alon. Alam mo sa sarili mo na yung anak mo is marunong lumangoy kahit papaano and her friend is hindi. May 50% chance na kayang makapaghintay ng anak mo sa pagbabalik mo. Ano yung gagawin mo? Dito napapasok yung tinatawag nating moral decision making.
Feelings as instinctive and trained response to moral dilemmas. Some ethicists believe that ethics is also a matter of emotion. Feelings are seen as also necessary in ethical judgment as they are even deemed by some as instinctive a trained response to moral dilemmas. Some ethicists believe that ethics is also a matter of emotion. Both abstract inference and emotional institutions or instincts are seen as having relative roles in ethical thinking. For one thing, feelings or emotions are said to be judgments about the accomplishment of one's goals. Emotions, it is thus concluded, can be rational being based at least sometimes on good judgments about how well a circumstance or agent accomplishes appropriate objectives. Feelings are also visceral or instinctual by providing motivations to act morally. Many times, ethical judgments are highly emotional as people emotionally express their strong approval or disapproval of different acts. According to Skeller, Values are the objects of intentional forms of feelings, and values are regarded by him as some objective ideal properties. Inner directing negative emotions, katulad ng guilt, embarrassment, and shame, ay kadalasan nag-uudyok sa mga tao na kumilos ng may ethics. Anxiety and empathy ay kadalasang nagiging dahilan upang hindi tayo handang magsakripisyo ng isa para iligtas ang marami. Disgust and anger ay ginagawa tayong mas malupit, kadalasang humahantong pa sa masamang ang gawain.
Moral dilemmas. Kapag sinabi natin moral dilemmas, ito yung pagpili or kailangan nating mamili between the two good things. Ito yung situation na napakahirap pagdesisyonan. Bakit? Kasi kailangan nating pag-isipang mabuti kung ano ba yung pinakamabuting dapat nating gawin between the two good things. For example is yung nasa picture. May mga batang namamalimos. Dalawa yung kailangan nating gawin dito. It's either tulungan natin sila or hindi natin sila tutulungan. Kapag tinulungan natin sila, is nakakatulong tayo na magkaroon sila ng pagkain or magkaroon ng laman yung tiyan nila. Pero nadi-discourage natin sila na wag na mag-aral, na hanggang dyan na lang sila hanggang paglaki nila. And kapag hindi naman natin sila tinulungan, hindi sila magkakaroon ng pagkain or hindi magkakalaman ng yung tiyan nila. Pero nadidisiplin natin sila and nahihikayat natin sila na mag-aral sila para magkaroon sila ng magandang kinabukasan. As well as sa kabilang picture, nanay na namamalimos, napakalakas pa ng katawan. Kapag tinulungan natin siya, nakakatulong tayo na makapag-provide siya ng pagkain sa kanyang pamilya. Pero nakukonsinti natin siya na wag na maghanap ng trabaho. Kasi kahit alam naman natin na walang pinag-aralan, may mga opportunity pa rin at may mga trabaho pa rin na pwede naman nilang trabahuhin. And kapag di naman natin sila tinulungan, is hindi natin sila natutulungan na mag-provide ng pagkain sa kanilang pamilya. Pero nahihikayat natin sila na magpursige sa buhay para sa kanilang pamilya. Why feelings becomes an obstacle to making the right decision?
Ethical subjectivism is when you're evaluating something without any moral objective property. For example, may nag-aaway, then both parties have different opinion pero gina-justify nila na mali yung other side, then tama sila. Both side feel nila superior yung opinion nila. Gumagamit sila ng ethical subjectivism kasi nagbe-base lang sila sa kung anong gusto nilang paniwalaan without solid evidence or reason. O kaya, another example, pag ang magnanakaw ay nahuli at sinabi niya ang rason niya, ay gusto niya lang may mapakain sa anak niya at pinakawalan mo siya, gumagamit ka ng ethical subjectivism sa paggawa ng desisyon. Sa situation na yon, kasi alam natin na any reason na sabihin ng tao ang pagnanakaw ay mali and hindi dapat gina-justify.
Ethical subjectivism, LGBT or court. On this view, there is no such thing as objective right or wrong. It is a fact that some people are homosexual and some are heterosexual, but it is not a fact that one is good and the other bad. For example, someone that claims that whatever their king wants to happen is the morally right thing for everyone to do would be an ethical subjectivist. Right and wrong are based on mental states, but they would not be a moral relativist. Right and wrong are the same for everyone.
Iba pang example is yung halimbawa sa homosexuality nga. May isang individual na sumigaw na homosexuality is wrong. Kaya niya pala nasabi yon or kaya niya pala nasigaw yon dahil sa nararamdaman niya, dahil sa galit niya, dahil may pas pala siya na minolestya siya ng isang homosexual. Other example is yung sa korte. May dalawang magnanakaw. Ninakaw nila is parehas isang sakong bigas. Pero yung isa is kamag-anak ng judge. Yung decision ng judge is ikulong yung isa and yung kamag-anak niya is hindi. Ganun nagiging obstacle yung feelings or nararamdaman natin sa pag-make natin ng right decision. Iba pang example is yung pambubuli. Para sa mga nambubuli, okay lang na mambuli. Masaya sila sa pambubuli. Sasabihin nila na, ma'am, okay lang yan. Masyado lang yung maramdamin. Para sa kanila okay lang kasi masaya sila sa ginagawa nila. Pero sa mga binubuli is hindi dahil nasasaktan sila. Last example is yung paggamit ng marijuana. Para sa mga gumagamit ng marijuana is tama lang na gumamit sila dahil nakakagamot ito. Kahit na alam naman natin na kapag na-overuse yung paggamit ng marijuana is nakakasama ito sa ating kalusugan. Ganon nagiging obstacle yung feelings natin or yung nararamdaman natin sa pag-make ng right decision. Emotivism. Emotivism claims that statements about good or evil are just expressing a subject's approval or disapproval of a particular thing. Emotivism has earned the nickname as the Bouyei theory of ethics. Meaning to say is maaari kang mag-agree and mag-disagree in a particular thing based sa nararamdaman mo or base sa'yo. And tinatawag nga rin siyang Bouyei theory. Diba kapag sinabi kasi natin, boo, it is disagree or disapproval. And kapag yay means agree or approve. For example, war on drugs. People may agree on war on drugs, but some are not. For example, yung mga DDS dyan or yung mga other politician supporters, nagsasalpukan yan, nag-aaway yan. They are contrasting kasi nga meron tayong iba't ibang opinion. Like, yung mga agree sa war on drugs, sasabihin nila na tama lang yan. Puksain yung mga yan, salot yan sa lipunan. And yung mga disagree naman sa war on drugs, sasabihin nila na mali yan, hindi dapat kumitil ng buhay. Kasalanan yan. Next is how feelings help us in making the right decision. Inner, directed negative emotions like guilt, embarrassment, and shame often motivate people to act ethically. Outer, directed negative emotions, on the other hand, aim to discipline or punish. For example, people often direct anger, disgust, or contempt at those who have acted unethically. This discourages others from behaving the same way. Yung mga emotions na nabanggit ko is negative emotions. Pero itong mga negative emotions na to is nakakatulong sa atin para gumawa ng right decisions. For example, may batang pasaway. Pinagalitan. Dahil sa pinagalitan siya, is hindi niya nauulitin yung ginawa niya or mag-a-act na siya ethically or morally. Or magpapakabait na siya dahil ayaw niya ulit na mapagalitan. Other example is yung sa klase. Pumasok ka sa klase and nasigawan ka ng professor. Dahil sa nasigawan ka and napahiya ka, kinabukasan is magbe-behave ka na or mag-act ka na ethically and gagalingan mo na sa klase. Next is positive emotions like gratitude and admiration, which people may feel when they see another acting with compassion or kindness, can prompt people to help others. Yung mga nabanggit ko kanina is negative emotions and ngayon naman is positive emotions. Paano nakakatulong yung positive emotions natin or yung mga nararamdaman natin sa pag-make ng right decisions? Ang mga example is yung mga sumusunod.
The picture represents a person that is in love or maybe inspired. And bakit ba tayo nakakaramdam ng mga gantong feelings? First, maybe someone special to us and they gave the same energy with us. Then the second reason, someone give us something special sa atin. Or maybe yung passion natin tulad ng drawing is naging successful.
Example pick number 2. Motivation. Emotions can motivate you to act. Because of these emotional responses, you might be more likely to study. Since you experience a particular emotion, you had the motivation to take action and do something positive to improve your chances of getting a good grade.
The last picture shows kindness, which is yung girl tinutulungan niya matanda na makatawid or makalampas dun sa nakaharang. Kapag nakakita tayo ng mga ganitong scenario, is na-inspired tayo. Dahil na-inspired tayo or dahil sa nararamdaman natin na yun, is kapag may mga nangangailangan, is tutulong din tayo. Last but not the least, feelings cannot be solely relied upon but reason and feelings may complement each other. It means kapag tayo ay gagawa ng desisyon, is hindi palaging isip natin or hindi palaging feelings yung paiiralin natin. Kailangan na kapag tayo ay magdidesisyon, kailangan pairalin natin both. Yung feelings natin as well as yung isip natin or yung reason. Because kailangan yung feelings natin is ginaguide ng ating reasons. Kasi nga unstable yung ating emotions and hindi reliable yung ating feelings. Kaya kailangan natin yung reason para kontrolin yung ating emotion or yung feelings natin. Dito na nagtatapos ang aming report.